Welcome to ESL listening practice. So, imagine you are at a really nice dinner party.
Oh, I love dinner parties.
Right. And you are sitting next to a native English speaker, making great conversation and feeling really confident.
Yeah, your vocabulary is flowing, you're having the good time.
Exactly. And they ask you, well, what do you do? And you smile, take a sip of your drink and reply, I have a hard work.
Oh, yeah. I can already picture the reaction.
Yeah, suddenly you notice this tiny bit of confusion in their eyes. I mean, they smile and nod, but the rhythm of the conversation just broke.
It really does break because, you used the right vocabulary and your pronunciation was probably perfect, but the grammar was just slightly off.
Exactly. So today, we are getting straight to the point. We are dismantling these invisible traps that cause moments exactly like that one.
Because that dinner party scenario, it happens all the time.
It really does.
Yeah, if you are listening to us right now and you're at an intermediate or like a B2 level, your English is already fantastic.
Right, you already have the tools.
You do. You have the vocabulary to express really complex thoughts. But English is it's a quirky language.
It's very weird sometimes.
It is. It sets these tiny traps with words that look almost identical, or they mean the exact same thing when you translate them back into your native language.
Yes, translation is the enemy here.
It really can be.
Yeah.
So our goal today, based on our years of teaching and really analyzing how native speakers actually use the language in real life, is to help you cross that final bridge.
And we're going to focus entirely on two specific pairs of words today. Just two pairs.
Right. We are looking at job versus work and house versus home.
And I want to be clear, we are not just going to give you a list of rules to memorize.
Please don't just memorize rules.
Yeah, because rote memorization is exactly why these mistakes happen in the first place. Right?
Exactly. It doesn't stick.
So instead, we are going to explain the hidden logic of English. Why does English separate the physical building from the emotional feeling? Or why do we treat the effort of our daily tasks like a glass of water?
I love that analogy. We'll definitely get into that.
Yeah, so by the end of this audio, you are going to understand the underlying philosophy of these four words so deeply that, you will never mix them up again.
Never again. So, if we are going to understand how English separates these concepts, let's start with the most concrete, tangible part of our professional lives.
You mean how we earn money?
Exactly. Let's talk about the concept of a job.
Okay, a job. Let's define it.
Right. So from our own research and teaching notes, the definition of a job is actually very strict. It is a specific position.
A specific position.
Yes. It is a defined role that you fill in order to earn a salary. But the most crucial thing for a learner to internalize right now is the grammar behind it.
Okay, hit us with the grammar.
Job is a noun. It is a thing. And because it is a thing, it is countable.
Wait, let's slow down on that word, countable. Because, it sounds like a really boring grammar term from a textbook.
It does sound a bit dry, yeah.
But it is actually the key to this whole puzzle. So what does it physically mean to the English-speaking brain when we say a noun is countable?
Well, it basically means the concept has boundaries. It has borders.
Borders, okay.
Yeah, because it has borders, you can isolate it. You can literally put a number in front of it.
Right.
You can say, I have one job or I have two jobs. If you are, say, a freelancer, you might juggle 3 jobs.
That sounds exhausting, but yeah.
Very exhausting, but grammatically correct. And because you can count it, you can also put the article a in front of it.
Ah, the famous A.
Yes. When you say a job, you are telling the listener that you are holding one distinct, specific item in your life.
I always like to visualize grammar to make it stick in my head.
I think visuals are the best way to learn, honestly.
So if a job is a noun and it is completely countable with clear borders, can I just think of it like a physical box?
A box.
Yeah, imagine I am holding a cardboard box in my hands right now.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
I can point to it, I can physically hold it, I can slap a white sticker on the outside of this box and write software engineer or bank teller on it.
Oh, I love this.
Right, and I can put the box down, or if I am really ambitious, I can carry 2 boxes at the same time.
That box visualization is absolutely perfect. It gives the word a physical weight.
Yeah, it makes it real.
Exactly. You can pick up a box, which is basically like getting hired.
Right.
You can drop the box, which is unfortunately getting fired.
Ouch.
Or you can hand the box back to your boss, which is quitting. It is literally a container for your professional identity.
So let's look at how native speakers actually use this box in everyday conversation.
Sure. Think about this sentence. I have a new job in a bank.
Okay, when I say I have a new job in a bank, The absolute most important letter in that sentence is the A right before new job.
Yes, yes. The article A proves the countability. You are announcing to everyone that you have acquired one new box.
Right. You aren't talking about like typing on a computer or sitting in endless meetings or dealing with difficult customers.
No, not at all. You are strictly talking about the title you hold, the specific role that is located inside that bank.
Which perfectly explains our next common scenario. Think about someone who is unemployed. We say, she is looking for a job.
Notice the action there. The search.
Yeah, she's looking.
Right. When someone is looking for a job, what are they actually doing? They are scrolling through online boards. They are updating their resume, sending emails.
Right.
They are looking for an empty slot in a company. They are looking for a company that has an empty box waiting for someone to pick it up.
Because they want that concrete position.
Exactly, because that position comes with a paycheck.
Okay, but what about when we use it to describe our mental state? For instance, if I say, his job is very stressful.
Oh, this is where the grammar gets really interesting.
How so?
Well, in that sentence, the specific role itself, the box as you called it, is the subject of the sentence. His job is the thing causing the stress. It's the noun that is generating the feeling.
Right, like the title itself is heavy.
Exactly. The title of being a surgeon or, being an air traffic controller, it comes with immense pressure. The position itself has weight.
So if the job is just the label on the outside of the box, the title, you tell people at a party, what do we call the actual sweat, the stress, and the energy it takes to lift that box every single day?
Well, that brings us to our second word, which is work.
Work. So we are moving from the specific position to the broad effort now.
Exactly. Work is the activity. It is the raw effort. And honestly, this is the exact spot where intermediate learners get trapped.
Why do they get trapped here?
Because the word work is basically a shapeshifter in English.
A shapeshifter, I like that.
Yeah, it could be used as both a noun and a verb.
Which is confusing.
Very. In many other languages, you have one distinct word for the noun and a completely different word for the action. But English uses the exact same word for both, which makes the language really fast and efficient for native speakers. But it's an absolute minefield for learners.
Okay, so let's defuse that minefield, starting with work as a noun.
Good idea.
Here is a massive flashing red warning light for you as a listener. Ready? As a noun, work is usually uncountable.
Yes. That is the golden rule right there. And that is exactly why the person at the dinner party got confused by the phrase, I have hard work.
Ah, right. Back to the dinner party.
Yeah, because work represents a general continuous effort. You cannot count it. You can't put an A in front of it.
So how does English treat it then?
English treats the concept of effort the same way it treats liquids or invisible gases.
Liquids?
Yeah, think about water. You cannot hold one water in your hand.
True.
You can't say, I drank 2 waters unless you're using shorthand for 2 bottles of water. Water just flows.
Right.
Well, work flows in exactly the same way.
But wait, let me push back on this on behalf of a B2 learner, because I hear this question all the time.
Okay, hit me.
If I go to my office and my boss gives me 5 distinct things to do today, let's say I have to write an email, I have to call a client, organize a file, attend a meeting, and print a report.
Okay, a busy day.
Right. But those are 5 things. I can literally count them on my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can.
So why on earth can I not say, I have 5 works to do today? I mean, it feels completely illogical to a learner.
I totally get that. It does feel illogical until you understand how English categorizes tasks versus effort.
Okay, explain that.
Let's go back to that liquid analogy. If you have a big pitcher of water, you can pour it into 5 different cups, right?
Right.
The cups are countable. 1 cup, 2 cups. But the water inside them is not countable. It's just water.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. In your office scenario, the email, the phone call, the meeting, those are the cups.
The cups.
Yes, those are tasks, assignments, or projects. They are countable. You can have 5 tasks.
Right.
But the mental energy, the typing, the talking, the actual brain power you pour into those tasks, that is the work. That is the liquid. You cannot count the liquid itself.
Wow, that makes so much sense. So the tasks are the cups and work is the water.
Exactly.
So I can never say I have a work.
Never.
I have to say I have some work. Or, as in our first example scenario, I have a lot of work to do today.
Precisely. When you say a lot of, you are measuring the volume of the liquid.
Ah, volume.
Yeah, you are saying there is a massive amount of effort waiting for you. It doesn't tell me if it's one giant project or 50 tiny tasks. It just tells me the volume of your exhaustion is going to be very high.
That is such a great way to look at it. Okay, so that's the noun. Then we have work acting as a verb, which is the pure action.
Yeah.
For example, she works every day.
Right. And there we see the action in motion. We add the "is" for the third person singular, she works.
Right.
And this verb, it strips away all titles and doxes.
Doesn't matter what the job is.
Exactly. Doesn't matter if she is the CEO of a hospital or if she is sweeping the floors of a bakery. The physical and mental action of spending effort day after day is the exact same verb for everyone. She works.
There is another tricky way native speakers use this word, though, and it has to do with location.
Oh, right.
We say, he is at work now. I don't say, he is at job. Why do we use work as a location?
That's a really sharp observation.
Yeah.
It's because in this context, work is acting as a state of being, like a general zone of activity.
A state of being.
Yeah, when we say someone is at work, we mean they are currently engaged in the process of their profession. They are inside that bubble of effort.
Right. They are in the liquid.
Exactly. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be a specific building anymore.
Especially nowadays.
Right. In the age of remote jobs, you could be sitting on your sofa with a laptop and you are still at work. You are in the active state of producing effort.
Okay. Let's put this philosophy to the ultimate test. I want to smash these two concepts together to see how they interact in a natural, native level sentence.
Let's do it.
Let's look at this master example. I have a job as a teacher, but today I have a lot of work.
Oh, that sentence is the perfect summary of everything we just discussed.
Yeah.
Let's really break it down, starting with the first half.
Okay.
I have a job as a teacher.
Right there, I see the article A.
Yeah.
I see the countable noun job.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the specific title, teacher. So that is the box. That is the neat, tidy label you present to the world. It's clean and defined.
It is your identity on paper. But then we cross the comma in the sentence.
Right. But today, I have a lot of work.
Suddenly, the tidy box is gone. We have shifted from the title to the messy reality of the effort.
Yeah.
So what is the actual work of that teacher?
Well, it's the uncountable liquid we talked about.
Exactly.
It is sitting at a kitchen table at 11:10 p.m. grading 50 essays with a red pen.
Yes.
It's the emotional energy of dealing with a really difficult student. It's building a complex lesson plan for next week. All of those heavy, continuous, bleeding into each other activities that represents the work.
So the job is your identity, and the work is your sweat.
I love that.
If you can answer those two questions in your head right now, what is the title you tell people, and what is the actual physical energy you spend, you have completely mastered the difference between these two words.
It really is a game changer.
It is, you will naturally sound more fluent, and you will never again say, I'm going to my job, when you actually mean, I am going to work.
It really is just a shift in perspective. And, that exact same shift from the physical and concrete to the emotional and abstract that happens in our personal lives, too.
Oh, absolutely, it does.
So we have conquered the professional vocabulary. Let's look at where we sleep at night. We have a word that represents a concrete physical object, very much like the job box.
Right.
Let's look at the physical reality of a house.
Okay, a house. A house is purely architectural. It is a building.
Just a building.
Yes. When you use the word house in English, you are drawing the listener's attention strictly to the construction. You were talking about wood, bricks, cement, glass, and roofing tiles.
So no emotions.
None. You are absolutely not talking about feelings, love, or family.
Think about real estate, right? When you are looking at a market listing online, you are looking at houses.
Yes, exactly.
Let's analyze a common phrase. They bought a new house.
Well, buying is a physical transaction of property. When you go to a bank and you sign a 30-year mortgage, what are you actually purchasing?
Right.
You are not buying memories or comfort. You are exchanging hundreds of thousands of dollars for a plot of land and the physical material sitting on top of it.
Just the material.
Yes. You are legally acquiring a structure. Therefore, you buy a house.
We use the exact same logic when we talk about size and dimensions, too. Like, that house is very big.
Because you can measure it.
Right.
You can take a tape measure, walk around the outside, and calculate the square meters. You can look at the height of the ceilings. When you describe physical dimensions, house is the only word that makes logical sense.
And if I say, the house has 3 bedrooms.
Again, you are describing the architectural floor plan.
Yeah.
You can physically walk down the hallway and count the doors. 1, 2, 3. There are physical compartments inside the building.
Okay, let me throw an analogy at you to make sure I am getting the boundaries of this word right.
Okay, go for it.
Let's say I am walking down a neighborhood street and I'm looking at my phone's GPS map.
Right.
I trip I put my hand out and I touch a cold red brick wall. If I am interacting with that location on a map or that physical brick, I'm interacting with a house, not a home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A house exists in physical geography.
Okay.
Maps show houses, not homes, because a map only cares about coordinates and structures.
Yeah, makes sense.
In fact, if a building is completely abandoned, like if the windows are broken and no human being has stepped inside for 50 years, it is still a house.
Wow, right.
It still takes up physical space on the planet. The bricks are still there.
Which is the perfect bridge to our final concept. Because if you move inside that brick wall and you paint the walls and you put your favorite rug on the floor and you invite your friends over for dinner, you are transforming the space.
You are.
We are moving from the cold bricks of a house to the warm, abstract feeling of a home.
Yes. Home is where you feel comfortable. It is where you feel safe. It is a profound emotional feeling of belonging.
A longing, that's a great word for it.
And what is so fascinating about English is that the concept of home is completely detached from architecture.
Meaning you don't even need a house to have a home.
Exactly. A home can be a house, sure, but it can also be a tiny apartment on the 14th floor of a high-rise.
Right.
It can be a rented room. It can be an RV driving across the country.
Or even bigger than that.
Yes. For many people living abroad, home isn't a building at all. It is an entire city or their native country. Home is attached to human emotion, not construction materials.
But this abstract nature creates one of the most stubborn grammatical errors for English learners. We really need to talk about the golden rule of the word home.
Oh, yes. If you take away only one grammar rule from today, please make it this one.
Listen up, guys.
It is all about prepositions. In English, we do not say go to home. That is incorrect. You must say go home.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there because my students fight me on this all the time.
It's so common.
They say, look, I go to the bank, I go to the supermarket, I go to the park. I am traveling from point A to point B.
Right.
So why on earth do I drop the word to when I talk about my own bed?
It is a brilliant question. And the answer goes deep into how English perceives states of being.
Means it's being again.
Yes. Remember how we said at work is a state of activity? Well, home operates similarly. In this context, home is not functioning as a specific dot on a map.
Correct.
It's functioning as an adverb of direction or a state of being.
Wait, like saying go inside or go away? Because I don't say go to inside.
Exactly. You don't say go to inside or go to abroad. When you say go home, you are expressing the idea of returning to your safe center, your personal base.
Your personal base, I like that.
Yeah, you aren't just navigating a car down a street. You are changing your psychological state from out in the world to safe and belonging.
Right.
And because it is a state of being and an adverbial direction, it actively rejects the preposition to. You simply go home, drive home, or walk home.
Let's practice the rhythm of that because pronunciation really helps lock in the grammar.
Good idea.
Think of the sentence, I'm going home. Say that out loud wherever you are right now. I'm going home.
Notice how smooth it is.
Yes. Notice how there is no pause. There is no harsh sound to break the flow. It's smooth. It sounds like a sigh of relief at the end of a long day. I'm going home.
It sounds incredibly natural. And let's look at how that emotional safety applies to places that aren't even yours.
Yeah.
Look at the second example. This place feels like home.
Oh, I love this sentence.
Right.
You could be sitting in a busy coffee shop in a foreign city. You could be sitting by a campfire in a forest. But because you feel relaxed, accepted, and truly yourself, you apply the magical word, home.
And think about the alternative. You would never say, this coffee shop feels like house.
No, that sounds crazy.
It does. That would mean the coffee shop feels like bricks and plaster. It's absurd.
Yeah.
But feels like home is the highest compliment you can give a place because you were saying it provides you with emotional security.
That emotional weight becomes really obvious when we look at our third example. She left home at 18.
This is a massive life event.
Huge.
When we say someone left home, we're not talking about them walking out the front door to go to the grocery store.
Right.
Leaving a house is what you do every morning at 8 a.m. Leaving home means stepping out of the safety net of your childhood.
Wow. Yeah.
It means separating from your family environment and becoming an independent adult. The physical building didn't matter. The psychological separation is what leaving home describes.
Let's bring this all together. We have reached our final aha moment for today.
The big finish.
We are going to fuse the physical and the emotional into one incredibly powerful, slightly sad sentence. Just a quick reminder first. House equals the building, the architecture. Home equals the feeling, the belonging.
So listen to how these two concepts interact here. This house is beautiful, but it doesn't feel like home.
This house is beautiful, but it doesn't feel like home. There's a deep melancholy in that sentence. What is the speaker actually experiencing here?
Well, they are experiencing a severe disconnect between the physical and the emotional.
Okay, let's break it down.
In the first half, this house is beautiful. Their eyes are taking in the physical structure. They see the freshly painted walls, the expensive hardwood floors, the giant windows letting in the sunlight.
So everything is perfect.
Everything money can buy is right there. The architecture is flawless.
But then the contrast hits, but it doesn't feel like home.
The soul is missing. Maybe this person just bought the property and they haven't unpacked their boxes yet. There are no memories in the walls.
Right.
Or maybe they are walking through a billionaire's mansion. It is stunning to look at, but it feels cold, like a museum. The physical structure is perfect, but that deep, warm heartbeat of belonging simply hasn't arrived.
Wow.
This one sentence proves that you can buy a house, but you have to earn a home.
That is a phenomenal way to summarize it. You can buy a house, but you have to earn a home. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground today, diving deep into the psychology of English vocabulary.
We really did.
Let's do a final crystal clear review of these 4 words to make sure they are locked into your brain permanently.
Okay, let's run through them one last time.
Go for it.
First, the professional box. Use job for a specific position. It is countable. It is the title printed on your business card. You can have a job, find a job, or lose a job.
Got it.
Second, the liquid effort. Use work for the activity. It is the uncountable sweat and energy you pour into your day. You have some work or a lot of work?
Never a work.
Never. Third, the architecture. Use house for a building. It is physical. It has a roof and walls. You can touch it, measure it, and buy it.
Or fourth.
Fourth, the safety. Use home for comfort and feeling. It is where your heart is. And remember the golden rule. You just go home. No two.
I want to offer some real encouragement to you as you continue your English journey. When you are studying at an intermediate level, it is so easy to get frustrated by these tiny nuances.
Oh, definitely. It's totally normal to feel frustrated.
But understanding these small differences, knowing why a job is a box and work is water, or why a house is bricks and a home is a feeling, is exactly what transforms you from a student into a natural speaker.
Yes, exactly.
Is the difference between blindly translating words from a dictionary and truly feeling the language.
The secret is not to memorize, but to practice the logic.
How should they practice?
When you are going about your day, talk to yourself. Practice saying, I have a new job and I have so much work today. Walk down your street and point to the buildings. That is a big house.
Make it physical.
Yes. And when you unlock your front door tonight, take a breath and say, I am going home. The more you attach these words to your physical reality, the faster they become permanent instincts.
I love that advice. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to mull over today. Something to practice your new vocabulary with in your own mind.
Okay, what is it?
I want you to look around you right now. Look at the physical building you are sitting in at this exact moment. Look at the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Think about the architecture and ask yourself, at what exact moment and through what specific feelings does the collection of bricks and wood finally become a true home? Think about that today. Thank you for joining us for this ESL listening practice. Keep paying attention to the details, keep listening, and we will talk to you next time.